So anyway, I did forget that a lot was happening this weekend, and the boys were up all night on Friday playing video games with their friends. So we're very tired today, but it's great.
I slept the entire day yesterday.
You did sleep the entire day yesterday. And anyway, Steve's been so helpful. Steve, so helpful and so patient with me because it's not easy when I do this kind of stuff. So I just want to show you first. This arrived in the mail. I only have 20 copies right now because basically what has happened is the actual book is very close to being done. Aiden, that's okay.
Bugner says Basha says hi.
Hi, Basha. Good to see you.
Basha.
Oh, Aiden says hi, Basha. And anyway, so I made a couple of bootleg copies of my own book because I really wanted to send my mom one on, for her. And so this is what it will look like. It's going to be on Amazon and it'll be on print on demand. And also you can download it as an ebook at my website or on Amazon. And it looks like that. I've learned so much about book editing the last 3 months. I really only started the day after Christmas, didn't I? So I learned how to format a book and make a cover and all this stuff. And I'm really excited about this little book. So I guess we're going to start. It's 1:05. Yeah, I'm going to play some stuff. I might play them again at the end. Oh, I have to move my mic. Oops. Okay. So I'm going to play some pieces. Oh, it's 10 past? Yeah. Oh, okay. Maybe that clock is wrong.
Yeah, 15 people watching.
I know, it's wonderful. Okay, so maybe I'll start with this little piece at the end of the book. And then I'll tell you how the book actually started. So this one is called Lost in Paris. And I've made little dedications for a number of the pieces in the book. And this one I dedicate to my brother Matthew, he died very young, and then my French aunt gave him a little music box when he was very sick, and it used to play La Vie en Rose, and so I just always had this vision of Paris in my head as a child, and I always wanted to visit. And then in my 20s, I got to visit, and I had the most amazing time in Paris, all by myself, wandering the streets for a couple of weeks and drinking coffee and breathing in all the smoke of the smokers. But despite the smoke, it was incredible. And this is called Lost in Paris. So that's called Lost in Paris. And now I'm going to just tell you a little bit about the book. So basically, the day after, this chair is so loud. Can you hear it? It's like the worst piano bench in the world. It's okay, Steve. So basically, the day after Christmas, I wrote a piece for my mom's 70th birthday. And I was going to send it to her. And then the next day I had 5 pieces. And then a few days later I had 20 pieces. And now I have 60 or 70. So I have a bunch of books hopefully coming out. But so after a week I just thought maybe I'll just do a little book for my mom. So in the book,
everyone's saying that it was amazing.
Oh, thank you. So it says 20 beautiful piano pieces. Oh, and by the way, My sister Annie is like my go-to person for everything, and I call her daily with, questions. And anyway, I wasn't sure what to call the book, and Annie said you should definitely call it Beautiful Piano Solos, because she said when she looks for music on Amazon, she wants it to be beautiful. So I called it Beautiful Piano Solos, and then as I was composing them, I thought, like, they have to be beautiful. So it helped me, Annie.
Auntie Annie says that she thinks Granny Jenny is watching.
Oh, hi, Mom.
If she's there.
Hi, Mom. Okay. So the whole book is dedicated to my mother. It says for my mother. And then in the beginning, I write a little note from the composer, and it says, Dear music lovers. And there's a whole letter to the people who play the pieces in the book. I'll just read the first paragraph. Okay. It says, Dear music lovers, my name is Sarah Bonsignore, and I'm a musician, composer, and teacher. Times have changed since I was a child. Somehow the days felt longer in the 80s, and my mother managed to carve out an hour or 3 every day for me to practice the piano. She entered me in competitions, festivals, and annual exams to keep me motivated, and also helped me to acquire a job playing for a ballet studio when I was 10 years old. It was a cunning way to get me to practice even more, and it worked. I played for Jackie and her dance students for a few hours a week for 11 years, all the way through college. This is how I honed my sight reading and improvisation skills, and it turns out that getting paid to play, as well as the weekly tea and biscuits, really helped to take the sting out of the work. So anyway, I really think that my little job playing at that ballet school made me a much better musician. And I got really good at sight reading and really good at improvisation, because I'd have to watch these little dancers do their choreography and just like come up with music on the spot. And I did it for hours for over a decade. So anyway, so what I did with this book is I would start waking up in the morning, and Steve will attest to this, right, Steve? I'd wake up like with a whole piece in my head, and I'd run into this room and I'd play it into my phone, and then I would transcribe it into Finale, and then I had this whole file of Finale stuff, and then I started formatting the book. And it's quite a process, but I have never been so happy. Like, this last year has been insane, but I've learned how to do so many things. Do you need to get a tissue? No? Okay. I've learned how to do a lot of things.
Diane is...
Hi, Diane. Hi, Cam. I'm looking at the wrong camera.
Cameron.
Hi, guys. Who?
Cameron.
Yes, hi, Cameron. Hi. Okay. So now I'm going to play a piece. Oh, so I keep losing my train of thought. So the book, I taught piano for like 25 years. And I noticed that with all my students, they had the same sort of little issues, right? Things like the fifth finger and fourth finger are kind of weak on most human beings. And so these exercises in the beginning are designed to help you work on those fingers. And I also love teaching my own students about chords, and inversions, which are the same chord but in a different shape. So that's all a C chord, but it just gives you so many more options when you are playing songs that you love to know about inversions, right? So in the beginning of all the books, there are a couple of warm-ups. And then at the end of the book, the same warm-ups I've transposed into multiple keys. So I'm just going to play you some of the warm-ups to start. Thomas, can you come play Starting Small for us? So Thomas has been working on this first warm-up. Just not too fast. They also haven't practiced in a few days, but that's okay. Come. Mind the mic. Okay. So this is called Starting Small, and it's the first little warm-up. Oh. Steve. Are you ready? Steve, come closer with that. Okay. All right, Tom C, down an octave. There we go.
When do I start?
No. Good job. end of the book, that same warm-up is in G, and it's probably in D. I don't remember all the keys I put them in. But the idea is that students get good at modulating their little pieces. And then I'm going to play another little warm-up. This one's called, my chair is so loud, it's called Alberti Meet Scale. So Alberti bass is just a type of bass that Mozart used. It was very prominent in the classical era, you know, that Mozart piece. So the Alberti bass. So this one's called Alberti Meet Scale. So the left hand is playing the Alberti bass, and the right hand is doing a little scale warm-up. Here we go. Of the book, it's in a bunch of keys. And then Aiden is going to come and play the next warm-up. Aiden. Okay, Aiden's not going to come and play the next warm-up. I'm going to do one more and then Aiden's going to play. Aiden, be ready, okay? This one is called Ode to the Camel, and it's a little warm-up based on the harmonic minor scale. And for me, I love teaching my students pieces that practice scales rather than just like practicing the scales over and over again. It's just a little bit more interesting. So this one is called Ode to the Camel, and it sounds like this. Okay, and at the end of the book, I think I put it in A minor. Etc. All right, and now Aiden is going to do a warm-up that I wrote. It's called Rhythm Warm-Up. The first part is walking. Aiden likes to walk really fast though, it's a problem. And the second part is called skipping, and the third part is running. And with every piece in the book, they're very short, but I try to focus in on certain things because I have taught for a long time, and for me personally, I don't like my students to play the same piece for like 4 or 5 months. It drives me crazy. Yes?
So, Shelley said beautiful, and why a camel?
Who?
Shelley.
Why the camel?
Shelley said it's beautiful, and why a camel?
Doesn't it remind you of the desert, Shelley, that scale? Like Arabian. That's why. And also, there's a melodic hump in the middle of the piece. So, you know, the hump, the camel. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong camera. Okay, that's why a camel, Shelley. So anyway, the rhythm warm-up, I was just saying that the pieces are short because personally as a teacher, I don't love when my students work on the same things for months and months and months. So, I mean, it's great that they do, but I also like to have a lot of smaller pieces in their repertoire where they can like learn them in a week or two and feel like they've accomplished something, you know. So all the pieces in this book are kind of short but pretty and manageable, and it's a little bit progressive. So the ones in the beginning are definitely easier. The ones at the end are a little bit more challenging, and book 2 I think they get even more challenging. And now Aiden is going to come and play the rhythm warm-up, and if I had more space in my Zoom room, I would show you. I would actually try to walk and skip and run while he was playing, because I studied a lot of Delcro's Eurythmics a long time ago, and I love that method of teaching. So, Aiden, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So this is called Rhythm Warm-Up, and Aiden is supposed to be walking in the beginning, and I'm going to show the walking with my fingers. Okay, you're going to walk. Sit up properly.
I'll try to do it at the normal speed.
Try to do it at the normal speed, like the walking speed down here. Okay, walking speed.
Shelley asked if we can look forward to book 2.
Yes, you can, Shelley. A few weeks. I keep looking at the wrong camera. Yes, Shelley. Okay, I'm going to play some from book 2 later as well. Yes, ready? That's really fast. Okay, walking. My fingers are... So this is the walking part. And now skipping. Okay.
a bow.
Take a bow. Okay, good. All right, go sit down. So with that warm up, it's the same notes as the beginning is C, G, E, G, and then the skip is also C, G, E, G, C, G, E, and the running is C, G, E, C, G, E, C, G. So, students are learning how to develop rhythmically as well. So, and at the back of the book, it's in a bunch of different keys. So that was rhythm warm up. And now I'm going to play, here's a little one called the Ferris wheel. This is one of the easier pieces. And it's in 3/4 and it sounds like this. Want to turn pages? I think I'm going to bring Thomas back. Tom, can you play the next one?
Okay.
So what I love, just hang here for a sec, what I love maybe the most about this book is that when I was playing all these pieces, Thomas has never really played piano. I gave him a few lessons when he was like 7. And then he took violin in the lower school orchestra. And then he took bass. I taught him bass guitar for a couple of months.
Much of that.
Well, you play pretty well. And now he's doing saxophone in band. So about, I don't know, in January, he came up to me and was like, Mom, I want to learn some of these pieces. So he literally had not really played the piano. And then Sean too was really interested in this book and the pieces. So the fact that my 12-year-old boys and Aiden were intrigued by the songs, and then some of my students have also been playing a bunch of the pieces from the book, and they tell me they love them. So it thrills me so much. It makes me want to keep writing. So this one is called Midnight Rhapsody No. 1, and Thomas is going to play it for us. Not too fast, Tom.
Okay.
Okay.
When should I start?
No.
Okay.
Make sure you're in the right spot. Yes, you are. Uh-huh. So that was Midnight Rhapsody No. 1, and you may have noticed in the right hand, lots of inversions, right? I'm also big on playing the correct fingers for the correct shape of chord. So in my book, and also because for a year I was teaching virtually, I still kind of am, so I think it was just really helpful to put in some of the fingering for teachers. I mean, there's so many piano teachers right now teaching via Zoom, and it is so hard. So I probably put in more fingers than I should have, but that was really just to try and help people who are teaching online. So that's Midnight Rhapsody. Oh, you know what? I need to take these off, the ones that I've done. I did this, and I did this one. Oh, no, I didn't do that one. Okay, I think I want to play a piece called Falling Water, and this is one of the first ones that I wrote. And this one, I got it all together. Steve, is it working? I got it all together, but this little code takes you to the YouTube tutorial where I show you the right hand and the left hand and hands together. And my hope for book 2 is to have one of these on every piece, but it's so much work. So for now, you just go here for the first book, and as I add them, you'll find them at this YouTube channel. Okay? You ready to turn for me? Yes? This one's called Falling Water, and it sounds like this. Oh, and I dedicated this one to my grandmothers because they were amazing. Granny Chris and Granny Babs. Here we go. Ready? Falling Water. And we did Lost in Paris, and we did...
Auntie Joni said you're a genius.
Oh, thank you, Auntie Joni.
Diane said ooh-ah.
Who did? Diane? Aw. Yeah, Sean has been learning that one. He wasn't quite ready to perform it for you today. And so has Basha. Hi, Basha. So that really makes me very excited. I also want to play, so I played the Ferris wheel. Sean, did you do yours? Okay, Sean. Actually, Aiden, you're going to be after Sean, okay? Okay. We did that. We did this.
Wait, what song am I doing?
You're going to do Sapphire Sky. Okay, so Sean is going to play one. This one I dedicated to my father. I don't know if he's watching. Hi, Dad, if you're watching. Mom, if he's not watching, go get him. So this one, I'm going to move all these because that looks messy. Thanks, Steve. Okay, Shawnee's going to play Meditation in A minor. And he hadn't, well, let's see how you do. Wait, do you want me to turn for you? Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Not too loud. Meditation in A minor. You go that way.
So there are two comments. So Bogna said Basha played it yesterday during her Zoom panel. And Diane said comments from Diane are Cameron. We're all loving this.
Oh, yay! I'm so excited. Okay. Okay. So Cameron is my niece who lives in Connecticut, and she is an amazing pianist. So I dedicated Midnight Rhapsody 2 to my beloved nieces and nephews, and I want to play that one because that one is dedicated to them. So again, it's an A minor, and the pieces all sound a little harder than they actually are, which I think is a good thing because kids like to, and adults, you know, they like to play pieces that sound complicated and they're fun to play. So this one, there's a lot of like hand switching in this one. And it is called Midnight Rhapsody 2. You're a little close to me right now, because my hand's gonna like be moving around. So it goes like this. So that's Midnight Rhapsody number 2, and I was thinking of something I was going to say while I was playing it, and it's like left my mind. It will come back. Midnight Rhapsody number 2. All right, and then Aiden. Aiden.
What's her name?
Mommy.
Okay, Aiden. Shh. So Aiden's gonna play a piece that I dedicated to my goddaughter, who
Hey, I thought you dedicated this to me.
Aiden, no, I didn't. Look, for Corinne. I dedicated many other pieces to you, and we're going to play a couple more as soon as we're done with this. But it's called Sapphire Sky. So Corinne is a wonderful young lady who is becoming a really good golfer. She's also an amazing ice skater, and even though we've all been separated for a while now, I just love watching all my friends and their kids on all the social media, because it really makes me feel connected. So this one is called Sapphire Sky. And this one I also made, I also made instrumental backing tracks, which are on my website, so that students can play along to a band or an orchestra and feel like, that they're not all by themselves, like I was growing up in a practice room playing these, phenomenal works, but all by myself. And there's nothing quite like the feeling of playing with an orchestra or a band. It's really fun. So Sapphire Sky has an orchestral part, but I'm just gonna play, and these are awesome, by the way. I got a couple of these for my group piano classes, and this one is by Yamaha, and it has pretty nice sounds. So I'm gonna put it on strings. Adi, I'm gonna play along a little bit while you do yours, okay? So don't go too fast. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. So not too fast. Remember Sapphire Sky. Do you want to use the pedal?
No.
No? Yes? You have a thread on you. Okay. Ready? You can start. And you're in the wrong spot. Just make sure your right hand starts on, but your right hand starts on a 4. There we go. Was lovely. Steve, we need the applause button. Oh, Steven. Oh, there we go. Take a little bow. All right. Yes. Okay. Go sit down, please.
Delicious. Auntie Annie said, "Awesome boys, well done, XOXO."
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I've never heard Aiden play that one. Oh, I've never heard Aiden play that one. So slowly and in control. Aiden, that was beautiful.
Too bad, I won't do it again.
So I just wanted to quickly say, if you are a piano teacher, I have found these little keyboards amazingly helpful when I am teaching in a room like 6 feet away from my students, because generally I'm like playing on the piano with them, showing them, but this way I can just like sit next to them and play my own little keyboard, and it's so fun. And we also do a lot of improv stuff. So like I'll improvise while they play, and then they'll improvise while I play, and it's a really fun way to do it. So that's the keyboard. All right. That was Sapphire Sky. And now, oh, okay. So I'm gonna play a couple from the end. Did Falling Water. So last year was a crazy year, and at the same time, I think I've never felt so creative and inspired. And I spent a few months, probably like all of you, binge watching TV, like very dark shows in February and March and April. I was watching Ozark, and I was watching Handmaid's Tale, among others, and it was just bad. And I was in my pajamas, and then I was watching like updates on the pandemic every day for weeks and weeks and weeks. And finally, I sort of turned off the TV, and I was like, okay, this is crazy. And I started trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, because I'd gone from co-writing with people and being in production studios every day to like nothing. And the kids were in the next room. Thomas, don't do that. And the kids were in the next room, and so I started getting very creative. What? I'm looking at that camera, I think. Sorry, Steve, my director is telling me where to look. So I figured out that I have been playing the piano and doing this music thing for so long, but I wasn't sure what I was supposed to be doing. And then it just hit me, because for me, music has been my sanctuary. It's been my happy place for so many years. And during the pandemic, I got so much joy out of coming into this room and writing songs and learning how to produce. I became a much better producer last year. And I finally, I started getting little placements on this TV show, and I wrote so many songs. I produced a couple of albums. I just wanted to start teaching the world to sing. And I was a choral teacher for 20 years, and I did teach a lot of students, but I just wanted to teach everyone a little bit of music, because for me, it changed my life last year drastically. So that's when I started doing these little lesson series for beginner piano on Udemy. My sister told me to try that, and I've loved it. It was a lot of work, but it was awesome. And then I started an online school where I hope to provide free lessons and resources to everyone, and I have signups from I don't know, 15 countries, which is awesome. It all takes a lot of work though, so it's a work in progress. But, and what else did I do, Steve? I became much better at production, and I feel like I did lots of stuff though. But anyway, it was only in December where I started to do the book thing. And then I wrote a choral piece, which is now on this site, JW Pepper, where I used to go for 20 years to find all my choral stuff for my choirs. So just lots of different things are happening. Oh, and that's what I was going to say. So in June it was pretty crazy, and I was like in this room all the time and staying up way too late and just working on stuff and writing in journals. And I was reading up on a man named Shinichi Suzuki, who started that violin method of teaching, the Suzuki method. And as I was reading about him and how amazing he was, this music came into my head. And so I recorded it into my phone, like I usually do now. And then I wrote it out. And this one is called Theme for Shinichi. And it goes like this. So that was theme for Shaniki. And then the last one out of this book that I'm going to play is it the last one? Oh, I have two more. Let me do, well, okay. This one is called Waltz for Elise's Sister. So I've actually taught for Elise so many times, and I've played it myself, and most people can play the first page, and that's as far as they get. But anyway, for Elise was written, there are lots of different stories about who it was written for, but I always felt like kind of bad if Elise had sisters. Like, they never got Beethoven to write songs and dedicate them to the sisters. And Elise, I think, whoever she was, I think he had proposed to her and written this beautiful piece for her, and she turned him down. That's the story I'm going with. So anyway, as Elise's sister, I might be like, are you crazy? But, you know, she had her reasons.
Bogna said it's gorgeous.
Oh, thank you, Bogna. So this one is called Waltz for Elise's Sister. And it goes like this. Now, Shawnee, you do have to turn for me, okay, when I get to about there. All right, here we go. So that is Waltz for Elise's Sister. And the next one is called When Music Calls. And this one I dedicated to my Aunt Joan and my Uncle Mike, because they have just been there for me for so many years. And it goes like this. So, thank you, Steven. So that's probably like half the pieces in this book. And at the end, I did a little glossary. And I also, at the very end, did a page for my mom, because in South Africa, we don't call them half notes and whole notes and quarter notes. I grew up calling them minims and semibreves and quavers and semiquavers and hemi-demi semiquavers. I mean, it's a British thing, you know. And so anyway, lots of stuff in this little book. And like I said, I have around 20 copies right now in the hard copy. So if you do want one, let me know. Reach out to me, and I can mail it anywhere within the US. And then I want to play some from book 2. So Shelley, yes, book 2 is coming really soon. It's all done on my computer. I just need to send it to someone to format it. And that is where it gets expensive. But it's ready to go. So I'll play a couple. Let's see. They're on camera. They can. So I'm going to play a couple from book 2. This one is called Cool Cat. And it is a little piece based on the what scale, Aiden?
Chromatic.
The chromatic scale. And it goes like this. So that was Cool Caterpillar, and every piece in the book is sort of like a different style. Some of them are pop, some of them are jazzy, some of them are classical. Like this one, I won't play the whole thing, but it's like a little folk song even. I wrote this right after I was done with book 1, and I wish it had made the first book, but I'd already sent it to the publisher. So it is called Prelude in D, and I dedicated this one to my mom's student, Nikhil, who just brings her so much joy. This is a high school student in South Africa at her all-boys high school who practices all the time, and he loves his lessons, and he loves my mom, and so I wrote this piece and dedicated it to him for my mom. So this is how this one goes. And again, this one has like an orchestral backing track on my website. And it sounds like this. That one's called Prelude in D. All right, and then I'm going to play a couple more from book 2. So, like I said, at the beginning of the pandemic, is anyone commenting, Tom?
Somebody said my computer is showing an error. Is this for everyone or just me?
Is everyone seeing an error? I hope not. Okay, I'll wait a few seconds. It's just one? Who was it?
Oh no, it's fixed.
It's fixed? Oh, it's fixed. Good. My chair is getting squeakier and squeakier. Does it sound terrible? No. Okay. I'm trying not to move. So like I said, at the beginning of the pandemic, I was binge watching these incredibly dark shows, and it was not good for me. And then Thomas and I started watching, we watched the whole series of The Office, and that was awesome. And then I had already watched this once, but I watched it again with Tom. We watched Schitt's Creek. Like, I think we watched the whole thing twice, right?
No, please stop saying it like a curse word.
It's not a curse word. That's what it's called. Anyway, Schitt's Creek. And I fell deeply in love with the characters on this show.
We didn't watch
and
The Office. We watched Parks and Recreation.
Oh, beg your pardon. We watched Parks and Recreation. Yeah, it was a long time ago. I think I watched The Office. But anyway, I did fall deeply in love with these characters. And if you haven't seen the show, I think you need to watch like 2 or 3 seasons to get really into it. But by the 6th season, I was all in, and I just adored the characters, and their evolution is unbelievable. And Moira Rose, who's sort of like the matriarch, is just this insane human being. And she is so wonderful and just so out there, and she would wear these crazy outfits in every show and these crazy wigs and just say the most ludicrous things. But occasionally she'd say something where you were like, what? I love you. And so anyway, I wrote, she was like a former actress on a soap opera called Sunrise Bay. And so I wrote a piece called Sunrise Bay. And this is one from book 2. And this is how it goes. So in my head, it's sort of like a 1980s soap opera, right? That's how it's supposed to sound. And he keeps touching his watch, and it's so loud in my ears. Don't do it, okay? Sunrise Bay, and in the beginning, I write emotionally unencumbered is how you need to play it, and that's one of the things that she would say. So it goes like this. Oh. Piece for Schitt's Creek. This one, so every episode she would wear these just wigs that were crazy, and in one episode she wears a wig like another woman from the town called Jocelyn, who's just you just have to watch the show. But anyway, she wears a wig that looks just like Jocelyn's hair, and it's crazy and so ridiculously funny. And so this one is called The Jocelyn. And this piece is dedicated to Moira's wigs. Okay, so it goes like this. Shawnee, you got to turn the page. And also, I never actually practiced these things, and this one's kind of tricky, so there will probably be mistakes, but it goes like this. Don't do that. Here we go. Turn. Okay.
There's some comments.
There's some comments. Do you want to read them?
So, Eugen, E-U-G-E-N. Eugene said, any chance to get the book in
Bucharest?
Bucharest, Romania.
Absolutely. I need to figure out how much the shipping is. But can you send me an email at my name, sarahbonsignore@gmail.com, with your information. And I would love to send it to Bucharest. Yay!
And then Helga said, so enjoying this, sir. I would love a book. I would love a book one. I am so proud of all you've done.
Aww.
You lifted my spirit today. And Bogna said, we can't hear the chair at all. No worries.
We can't hear the what at all?
The chair.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Yes, I have some books. And so my first book ended up being really expensive because I didn't know what I was doing. So as soon as I've sold a few copies, I'm going to print book 2 and then I can mail that out. Okay. And honestly, I love book 1, but I love book 2 as well. So this piece I wrote, so Aiden kept making comments about all my pieces. And at one point he was like, Mommy, these are really pretty, but can you do something like more cool? I think that's how he put it. Yes, Thomas?
Auntie Joan said, what a fun piece, very 20s.
Oh, thank you, Joni. I know Maura was exceptional on that show. She's very inspirational. I actually have more Schitt's Creek songs in my head. One is called the Rosebud Inn, and I've yet to transcribe it, but it's on my phone. So this one, Aiden asked me to do some pop songs for the books, and one that I did that he really loves, but he's not ready to perform it today, right, Aiden? Is called King's Highway, and it's sort of like a pop song. And then this one is in book 2, and I wrote it, and then I played it for Aiden, and he actually said, Mom, that is the best music of your career. And he was totally serious, and I just was like, I was very moved by his words. So this one's called Bring It On, and I also made a great pop track for this one with like a full-on band that I think is pretty cool to play with. And this is how this one goes. Shawnee, I do need you to turn the page. Okay, are you ready? You're going to turn the page. It goes like this. That one's called Bring It On. And I don't know if you could hear, but Aiden was singing along in the background. So those are a bunch of pieces from book 1 and book 2. And I promised my mom that I would sing her an aria Mom, are you still online? Did your power go out again? But I am going to do that. And I may sing a song also that I wrote. Do you want to do the Art of Letting Go? No? Oh, Helga's watching. That would have been nice. Okay. So I'm going to do... Let me think. I'm going to do a song, and then I'm going to do an aria. Yes? No? Do the aria and then the song? Okay. So I'm going to sing the one I always sing. And I literally sing this only when I'm live streaming for my mother. So I haven't sung it in a while. And this one is called, let's do Quando Men Vo from La Bohème. And I do need, Annie, you said the mic needed to be moved back, right? Just a little bit, Steve, like maybe this way. Yeah. So I hope this is not too loud. Oh, and by the way, that's good, maybe. I hope that the balance is good. I also wanted to say a quick thank you to my sister Annie and her husband Stu, because they're amazing. And honestly, the sound would not be what it is without their help. And they're just always there for me, and I really appreciate it. And so I just wanted to say shout out to them. They're incredible. This is called Quando Men Vo, and I apologize if it's loud. Oh, that was horrible. Okay, you know what? Sean, why don't you go sit on the couch? You have done such a phenomenal job tuning pages. I really thank you. I thank you. Okay. No, you do have to sit there because I need you, yeah. Okay, here we go. So I hope that didn't blast your ears out. Aiden, when mommy's playing, you shouldn't be having a conversation. I'm doing another one. Yeah. Yeah. One more aria, because the last time I did this, my mom said one was not enough. So, Mom, I'm going to do Caro Nome from Rigoletto, and I literally haven't played this maybe in a year. So, apologies for whatever happens next. And I think my eye makeup's like in my eyes, and I can't see the music very well. What? They need to know this stuff, Steve. It's important information. Oh gosh, I do hate wearing makeup. Tom, what did the comments say?
Wow.
Oh, who was that? Bogna?
Yeah.
Thank you, Bogna. Okay, this is called Caro Nome, and it is from Rigoletto, and it was written by Giuseppe Verdi. Okay. Gosh, it's been a long time. Okay. opera aria for my mom. Yay, thanks. I hope you liked that, Mom. Sorry about that last note. I don't think I've sung that high in like 18 months. Yes.
Auntie Jenny says, big claps and so glad you're doing the same in the aria. And Malgord
Gosha.
Gosha?
From Poland.
Oh, Gosha from Poland. Hi, Gosha.
She says, great to hear you in such a repertoire. Warm greetings and happy birthday to your mother.
Aww. Thank you, Gosha. So the plan was to sing like an original song after that, but wow, my voice is now like an octave higher than it usually is. So this could sound even worse, but I'm gonna do one song that I wrote during the pandemic. It's called Bluebird, and I guess I was thinking about all the nurses and doctors and all the people on the front lines feeding us and taking care of us for so long. So to me, those guys are all the bluebirds in the world. And I'm actually getting my vaccination on Wednesday because I am asthmatic. So I guess I'm on the list now, and I'm really excited about it. And yeah, this is called Bluebird. I have to remember how it goes. I think there's an introduction. Actually, I'm going to bring the mic a little closer to my mouth. Is that okay? I almost feel like I should face that way, but I won't. Okay. Oh, my stomach is rumbling. It's so loud. Okay, here we go. Hope you didn't hear that. That was my stomach rumbling. Okay, so here we go. It goes like something like this. There's so many things that we can't change. So many dreams that can't be replaced. But the meaning of hope is as simple as it seems. Anything is possible when you just believe. So bluebirds sing to the sun, sing to the stars, sing from your heart wherever you are. Sing for the morning, sing for the night, sing for the love that's holding you tight. Bluebird, rise up and sing your song, and soon the world will know to sing along. When moments let you down and leave you standing in the rain, try to see with your heart all the beauty that remains. 'Cause hope is a flame and it's found deep within. It will give you strength to start again. So bluebirds sing to the sun, sing to the stars, sing from your heart wherever you are. Sing for the morning, sing for the night, sing for the love that's holding you tight. Bluebird, rise up and sing your song, and soon the world will know to sing along. Soon the world will know to sing along. Thank you, Stephen. So that was just a little song that I wrote, and I write songs every day, and I write piano music every day apparently, and I'm publishing these books, and I think music is amazing. I think it will bring you joy. So if you've ever thought about playing the piano, I really think you should buy one of these tiny keyboards and you should start learning some chords, because you can all do it too. So that's it. Steve, are you reading the comments? No? So I think that's it. I just want to thank you all for watching and for being here with me. It's been such a strange year not seeing you all in person, but it means so much to me that you tuned in and you watched, and some of you have like already bought my book, and it just It makes me very, very happy. And I hope that this gets you and your kids practicing and playing music. And I'm going to keep writing. And I am coming to New York with the boys and Steve in June, last 2 weeks. So I hope that we see some of you in a park somewhere or like for a cocktail somewhere. And are you waving?
Yeah.
Oh, what does it say?
So Auntie John says, love Bluebird Sarah. Can't wait to see you gigging in Nashville again.
Yay!
And Ron,
Thank you, Joni. I can't wait to see you guys too. I'm going to be vaccinated, so I'm planning on coming down to Naples by myself. Just saying.
Wait, is it Ronan?
Bogna?
Okay.
What did Bogna say? Yeah. Oh, I should get closer and actually.
Wait, no, Ronan.
Who?
Ronan and that's what it says. We
Oh,
love
Bron.
Oh, Ron. We love
Hi,
listen,
Bron.
we love listening
Oh,
to you play and
Sarah.
sing. Little Sarah thinks that you would definitely win the Mass Sing It.
Aw.
And Bugna says thank you for doing this, and Jim says thanks Sarah, great music.
Oh, thanks, Jim. Thanks, guys. If you can, please subscribe to the YouTube channel because I plan to do more of these. And I'm looking at the camera, Steve. I'm reading the comments as well. Shelly, this was all. Oh, thanks, Shelly. Thank you, Shelly. I love you. I am so fortunate to have so many amazing friends and family. And Diane, thank you. Thank you, Diane. I hope we see you guys when we come up to New York. I really hope we see all the cousins. So last 2 weeks of June, I hope you guys are around. And I think my mom is trying to call me right now.
Yes, she is.
Oh, do you see that on my screen?
Dad just canceled it.
Okay. Mom, I'm talking to people on YouTube. I cannot pick
I'm
up the
not sure
phone
who's
right now. Oh dear. Mom, sorry about that. I put it on airplane mode. I guess my mom has a way of bypassing airplane mode. Anyway, it's so lovely. I don't really want to even say goodbye, but thank you all for watching. And you can actually download the book as well. It's not as special, but it is on my website and it's in the downloadable form. And disclaimer, there are definitely a few typos in my bootlegged copy, so please don't judge me too harshly. And the new one that will be on Amazon soon will be better, but it's the same content. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next, year? I love you all. Thanks for watching, and thanks again for everything. I'll see you soon. You can press end stream, Steve. I'm just going to stay here till he does that.